The queen hovered between Louisa's fingers, cold and steady, like a blade waiting to fall. Across the chessboard, the Duke of Gravenmore leaned back in his chair with the easy confidence of a man who had never lost anything that mattered. His voice carried just far enough for the men gathered around the table to hear. "Checkmate in 4 moves," he said, almost bored. "Unless you'd like to concede now and spare yourself the embarrassment." Louisa did not look up. The private club's dark wooden walls pressed in on her, heavy with cigar smoke and low laughter. This was not a place for women. It never had been. She was tolerated only because Lord Sterling had insisted, because she was amusing, a curiosity, something to watch until she failed. "I do not concede," she said, and placed her queen with calm precision. The Duke's dark eyes flickered. Interest, perhaps? Or irritation? His fingers tapped the table, a restless rhythm that echoed the pulse in her throat. "Stubborn," he murmured. "I admire that." He moved his knight, cutting off her escape. "But I wonder if you understand the position you are in, Miss Marsh." The false name tasted sharp. Eliza Marsh, the daughter of a governess. A careful fiction that allowed her to sit here without destroying her real life. Without disappointing a father who believed a proper daughter should paint flowers, play gentle music, and stay silent in the company of men. "I understand exactly where I am, Your Grace," Louisa said. "The question is whether you do." She moved her bishop. A line opened. A ripple of murmurs passed through the crowd. The Duke leaned forward. She caught the scent of citrus and smoke. "Fascinating," he said softly. "Tell me, Miss Marsh, if you win this match, what would you ask for?" "To be left alone to play chess in peace." Laughter followed. "How practical." His rook swept across the board. "If you win, I will marry you." The word struck like a slap. Several men laughed. Easy, careless laughter. Safe laughter. Louisa's fingers tightened against the table. "How generous," she said coolly. "To offer a prize I would rather feed to the ravens." For a moment, surprise crossed his face. Then his mouth curved into something sharper. "Then you will have to lose," he said, "for your own protection." "I do not lose." "Everyone loses eventually." 3 moves later, he was wrong. Shock rippled through the room as the Duke stared at the board. Lord Sterling's booming laugh broke the silence. Lady Cassandra Whitmore, seated near the window, lifted her teacup in quiet salute. Louisa rose, smoothing her skirts though her hands trembled beneath the fabric. "Thank you for the game, Your Grace," she said. "Perhaps next time you will remember not to underestimate your opponent." She turned to leave. "Miss Marsh." She looked back. The Duke was standing now, tall and still, his eyes no longer amused but burning with curiosity. "I keep my promises," he said, "even foolish ones." "Then make fewer of them," Louisa replied and walked away. Only when she reached the shadowed corridor did she allow herself to breathe. She had won. And she knew with sudden certainty that she had made everything more dangerous. 4 years earlier, Louisa Thorne had learned 2 truths about herself. The first was that she was very good at pretending. At home, she was the perfect daughter. She embroidered. She practiced the pianoforte. She listened politely to lectures about duty and marriage, while her mind mapped chess patterns and counted moves ahead. The second truth was that she was exceptional at chess. Lady Cassandra Whitmore discovered this by accident during a summer visit. A widow with independent wealth and little patience for society's rules, Lady Cassandra believed women should be more than decoration. The men tolerated her because she was useful. Louisa adored her because she was honest. That first summer, Lady Cassandra taught her chess. The second summer, Lord Sterling proposed something reckless, an invitation-only tournament. All men, all powerful, all certain women did not belong. Louisa could not enter under her real name. So Eliza Marsh was born. For 3 summers, the lie worked. Louisa smiled, praised her opponents, blamed luck for her victories. She made herself small, except at the chessboard. There, she was merciless. This summer, everything changed when the Duke of Gravenmore arrived. "You humiliated him," Lady Cassandra said later that night. He humiliated himself, Louisa replied, fastening her simple necklace. As Eliza Marsh, she could wear nothing fine. He is young, clever, and powerful, Lady Cassandra warned, and he does not look at you like the others. He looks at you like a puzzle. I will be careful, Louisa said. Dinner was an ordeal. Louisa sat near the end of the table, nearly invisible. The Duke sat at the center, commanding attention without effort. When Lord Sterling mentioned her aggressive opening, every eye turned toward her. Do not diminish what you did, the Duke said sharply. It was brilliant. Own it. The silence that followed was dangerous. I was raised to believe pride is unbecoming, Louisa said. And I was raised to believe false modesty wastes time, he replied. You are the finest player I've faced in years. Lord Carilli cleared his throat. We must remember Miss Marsh's presence here is unusual. The warning was clear. Later, as the men retired for cigars, Lady Cassandra squeezed Louisa's hand. Well done, she whispered. Swallowing pride keeps us alive. The next day brought rain and restlessness. Louisa sat in the library with a book she was not reading when a shadow fell across the page. You read Russian, the Duke said. Unusual for a governess's daughter. She lied smoothly. He did not believe her. You are not who you claim to be, he said quietly, and you are wasting your gifts. Why does that matter to you? Because I cannot stop thinking about you, he said, and because someone like you should not have to hide. Before she could reply, a crash echoed through the hall. Glass shattered! They rushed forward. Lord Rothmore lay convulsing on the floor, foam at his lips. The doctor arrived quickly. Poison. Chaos erupted. Louisa stared at the overturned wine glass, identical to the one she had been served earlier. That was meant for you, the Duke said quietly. Fear wrapped cold fingers around her heart. Winning had not only made her visible, it had made her a target. The estate did not sleep that night. Lanterns burned, servants whispered. Men who had laughed easily now spoke in tight voices. Poison changed everything. Louisa sat in Lady Cassandra's sitting room, hands wrapped around an untouched teacup. The Duke stood near the door. Lord Sterling paced. This ends now, Lord Sterling said. Miss Marsh withdraws. No, Louisa said. Lady Cassandra turned sharply. Someone tried to kill you. If I leave now, they win. You nearly died. But I didn't. Silence fell. I will protect her, the Duke said at last. All eyes turned to him. I will taste everything she eats. I will escort her everywhere. Anyone who tries again answers to me. Louisa stared at him. That's absurd. Perhaps, but effective. Lord Sterling hesitated, then nodded. On one condition, Louisa said. You let me teach you chess properly. The Duke smiled. Deal. They began that night. He prepared the tea himself. She watched him with gratitude and unease. Who do you think did it? She asked. Someone you embarrassed, he replied. And there are many. The next day, whispers followed her. During her match, she noticed Lord Craven watching her closely. She beat him easily. Later, Lady Cassandra brought news. Craven was seen near the wine yesterday. The pieces began to align. Her next match was against him. The hall was full. The Duke stood behind her chair. Craven smiled thinly. Unfortunate business yesterday. One wonders what kind of man poisons another to protect his pride, Louisa replied. His hand paused. You imply much. I observe, she said, moving her bishop. His play grew reckless, angry. She crushed him. When she declared checkmate, he rose too fast. Well played. Next time, she said evenly, try competing without murder. Gasps rippled through the room. The Duke pulled her away. You exposed him. Then let him be afraid, she said. That night, the whispers darkened. They want you banned, a baron warned her. When she told the Duke, his fury was immediate. They will not touch you. They can, she said, if I give them reason. You mean to lose? I mean to survive. The final approached. The Duke and Louisa advanced. That night, she did not sleep. The next morning, she dressed plainly. Eliza Marsh, one last time. I will not go easy on you, the Duke said, as you shouldn't. The game began fiercely. Then she chose. A defensive move. A hesitation. He frowned. Are you certain? Quite. Move by move, she yielded ground. At last he saw it. You are letting me win. I am playing. Checkmate. Applause thundered. Louisa curtsied and left before anyone could stop her. You threw the match, Lady Cassandra said. I chose survival. Later, her brother confronted her. Accusations flew. The Duke defended her fiercely. She is brilliant, he said, and you would punish her for it. That night, Louisa met the Duke in the library. I was afraid, she said, and I am sorry. What do you want? Freedom. I will wait, he said. She kissed him goodbye and left. The journey home was long and silent. Her father raged, then tired. In the end, he did not forbid her. Weeks passed. Letters came. Then an invitation. This time, under her real name, Louisa Thorne. She entered the hall openly. The whispers changed. The Duke waited. They played. She won. When he asked her to dine, she said yes. This time, nothing was hidden. They married in spring. Her world did not shrink. It widened. A year later, she sat at a chessboard as applause drifted through the window. You've won again, Julian said. Of course. He smiled. Another question. She raised an eyebrow. What about teaching our child chess? She laughed softly. We'll teach them to choose their own moves. Outside, the applause continued. This time, it was deserved.